My name is Mark Rubel, and although I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee, I lived in Champaign, Illinois from about 1960 to 2013 when I moved down here to start a recording school. Well, I always loved music, and there was always a lot of music around the house. I thought it was normal that everyone's dad would walk around the neighborhood singing opera at the top of their lungs. When I was about 6 or 7, my dad made a box for us called the Monster, which was a wooden box that had just levers and switches and a car dashboard and all sorts of things that made noise, horns and things. And I think that was an early obsession with the mixing console. As an undergrad at the U of I had a chance to make a movie soundtrack in a recording studio called Silver Dollar with the band that I was in. And it was just one of those moments when I walked into the studio. It was the epiphany moment where the angels sang and a blade of light came down from the heavens, and I just knew it was what I wanted to do. It's a place where you walk into an empty room and you come out with some music that can live forever. After I graduated, I worked as a booking agent and a musician, and I ran across a guy named Peter Fox Penner. And Peter had a recording studio, so we decided we're going to make a studio in the house that they were renting for $100 a month from a curious character in Champaign history named Les, who had Les's Bar. And he didn't care if we knocked holes in the walls to put windows on the internal walls, which you don't usually do, and rewire the place and put a bunch of gear and have musicians. So we did. So I got elected to run the gear and do the sessions, and pretty much been doing that since 1980. Later, I opened another studio called Pogo Studio in downtown Champaign, and I got to work with Alison Krauss, produced a band called Hum, and worked with Jay Bennett from Wilco, Paul Barrere from Little Feat, Fall Out Boy, Rascal Flatts came in and recorded at Pogo. I was happily ensconced in my studio. The building was paid for in a community that I dearly love. But I had the absolute opportunity of a lifetime. I had the opportunity to start essentially the recording school that I'd been building in my head, the chance to build it at Blackbird Studio, which is possibly the greatest studio in the world. I had to do it. I'm going to give each of you 3 objects, and you saw the assignment, right? There you go. Sounds great in here. We've done it, and now it's a wonderful school. We have hundreds of graduates that are out there and people working all over the world in studios. I get to hear from them every day about the exciting things they're doing. It's just, I can't believe how amazing it is, really. Blackbird Studio is kind of like the Abbey Road of the United States. It has the largest collection of microphones of any studio, and the rooms are just unbelievable. It's something like 10 recording studios and a recording school. Artists that have recorded there include Queen, Paul Simon, Alison Krauss, Dolly Parton, Kenny Chesney, Taylor Swift, Steven Tyler, Rush, Beck. It's endless. Well, recording is fascinating because it just involves so many different aspects, and there are so many different things that one needs to know. I think at the heart of it is a love of music and a love of being around musicians, which is not hard because they're great people to be around. Just to be involved in the creative process is fantastic. There's so many other aspects too, though. You know, there's the psychology of it. There's the music theory part of it, just being able to hear things and have ideas. It's an endless process, endlessly interesting process. The history of it is fascinating. The psychology of it is fascinating, the technology and the art. I think being from Illinois has given me a lot of useful tools and values that help in my career, you know, especially recording career, and I suppose my teaching career. I think partly it's because there's a particular way of connecting with people, and that's what country music is about. You know, it's about stories and connecting with people, and really that's my method of teaching also, is storytelling. To be able to realize somebody's story and somebody's thoughts and dreams and hopes, that's really what we do.